Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today on Able Artsworks virtual learning channel. My name is Cassidy and I'm a music therapist. My video today is going to look a little bit different than most of the videos that I've been making for you guys. And that is because today I will be doing a tutorial for you all. What are we going to learn today, you ask? Well, we're going to take a look at the website Bandlab today. So Bandlab is a really cool website that allows you to write and record your own music. I know most of you guys are already familiar with GarageBand, Logic, and Ableton, the three main musical programs that we use in our classes. But what makes Bandlab different from these three is the fact that it is a website instead of a downloadable program. So that means pretty much anybody can easily access Bandlab. You really just need a device to use and internet access. Another super unique feature of this website is that you can actually share the projects you're working on with other people and they can edit and contribute their own musical ideas to your projects. So Bandlab is pretty user-friendly and fairly simple to use because of its looping capabilities. So the goal of this tutorial is that you will be able to create your own short song using the loops that Bandlab provides. So you guys, are you ready to create some original music? Awesome, let's jump right into this tutorial. Okay, before we head over to Bandlab to start making our song, I first just want to quickly explain what a loop is, just so we have more of an awareness of what we're headed into with this tutorial. A music loop is defined as a piece of a section of music that is cut in such a way that it can be seamlessly repeated, hence the name loop. It can be looped over and over and over and sound coherent. Okay everybody, so the first thing that I've already done is I typed in Bandlab into my Google search bar and this is what comes up. Bandlab, music starts here, that's what you want to click on, or you can go straight to bandlab.com. We're going to go ahead and click. Okay, and you should be brought to a page just like this where you can either have the option to log in up here in this corner, or if you don't have an account yet, which you most likely do not, you're going to want to hit sign up. Or if there's a chance that you already have a Facebook account set up on your computer, possibly a Google account, you can also choose one of these two options. It might be a little bit quicker, but you're going to want to sign up. Creating an account is really quick and it's free, so you just enter your name, your email, and password. Create a password and you hit sign up. I'm going to go ahead and log into my own account. So once you have created an account or logged in, it should bring you to this page called your feed. What we're going to focus on is creating. So we're going to hit this button at the top right corner. It says create. Let's click on it. So it brings us to an empty project, kind of similar to how GarageBand works. And we wants us to create a new track and choose which of these, either instruments using a MIDI instrument, a drum machine, voice, we can record our voice on here, we can record guitar or bass. But we're going to ignore all of these for now and scroll down to the right. We have a little button that says browse loops with an infinity symbol. So look for this infinity symbol, click browse loops. Okay, so it should bring up this little sidebar. If we scroll through, we can see that each of these is a different genre or style. So for some examples, we have bounce. So this is dance music inspired by New Orleans bounce. Afrobeat, which is contemporary Afrobeat dance tunes, neo soul, rave, scratch and cut vinyl. So a ton of different styles of loops. So when you're working on a project like this on your own, I encourage you to really go through each of these and read the descriptions to see which one may interest you. But for the sake of this tutorial today, I'm going to go ahead and choose a category of my liking. So let's try out experimental pop. Sounds kind of fun. So I just clicked on it and now it brought up all loops. So this is all the loops that Bandlab has for that style of music, experimental pop. So when we're composing a song using loops, I find that it's a lot easier and simpler to start the song with either a bass track or a percussion track. This really sets us up for success because that way we can choose the tempo, whether we want it fast or slow, or just the general vibe of the song before we start adding more of the complicated layers and the melodies. And it definitely creates a foundation for what we want to base our other tracks off of. So with that being said, I personally like to start my songs with a percussion track. So I'm going to scroll down and see what we have. All right, so I found some loops called pancake percussion, and I'm just going to click on a couple of them because that will play them so I can listen to what they sound like before I actually decide which ones I want to click and drag into my track. Let's go through a couple of these. I'm going to click on pancake percussion 1. Give that a listen. Okay, I think that I'm going to go with this one, pancake percussion 5. So I'm just going to click it, drag it over, drop it in. Up here are the measure numbers, so it actually got placed a little later at measure 2. So I'm just going to click and drag it all the way to the beginning. This is the first measure, so this is the very beginning of the song. And I can either hit the play button or I can press the space button on my keyboard in order to listen back to it. Since this is percussion, I'm going to want it throughout the entire song. So that's where this little guy is very important. As you can see, this little arrow that's curved around. So this is going to allow me to repeat this little segment over and over and over throughout the whole song. I'm going to be looping this segment over and over, so it's a repeated musical idea and I can build on top of it. Now we have this repeated drum track. And it's continuous. So let's add some things on top. I know that I'm probably going to want a little bit more percussion than just this simple beat, so I'm going to scroll through and find some other options. All right, so instead of pancake percussion, we have pancake beats. So I'm going to click on a couple, listen to them, decide which one I like. Okay. Click it again to pause it. So out of those 3 I just listened to, I think I like this beat number 2 the most. So let's go ahead and drag that in. Set it down right below. So each time you put in a new loop, you're going to want to put it in a completely new track where it says drop a loop or any audio MIDI file. I'm going to actually put it in on measure 5 instead of measure 1 over here because I kind of want a build up in texture. Moving on, I think it's time that we add a bass track. Let's see, we've already used a lot of pancakes. So instead, I'm going to look for some future-proof options. Okay, I see future-proof bass. We got 4 different options, so let's give it a listen. I really like this first one I listened to, future-proof bass 1. So I'm going to just drag that in. I'm going to drag it into measure 5 because I want these both to come in at the same time. And again, with the looping, it's important that we click and we drag if we want these tracks to last a little bit longer. What's next? What do we think is next? If we have the beat, we have the bass, so that's a solid foundation for the song. I think it's time for our melody. So let's look. So usually when you see synthesizers, that means those are kind of melodic ideas that the synth plays. So let's give these guys a listen. Wow, those are all super fun. The one that stood out to me the most was this number 2 right here. So let's drag it in. Again, with that fading in, I'm gonna have it come in around measure 9 so we can see this 9 lining up with the beginning of this loop. Click and drag. Can have it end around there. Let's just add a couple more loops. So it's kind of empty at the beginning. We just have this simple percussion track going on. I think I'm going to try and find some things that can make this beginning a little bit more interesting. Oh, we haven't listened to any string options. Ooh, all right. That's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna go ahead and just drag that right in there. I'm gonna add one more track. Ooh, okay, we have these cool things called percussion accents. That might sound cool. Nice. Some clapping. What about this one? Let's see what it sounds like on top of these strings and this drum track we already have. And here we are. So we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 whole different tracks. Let's see what they sound like together. Ready and play. Nice. All right, that ending kind of dropped off a little rough there, but I can always change that later. I think it sounded pretty fun. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the song I made, but more importantly, I hope you guys learned a lot about looping and about Bandlab in general. So if I want to be done with this song, I want to make sure that I name it. I'm going to name it Experiment. And then it's very important that we hit this button at the top that says save. I hope you guys learned a lot today, and I hope you guys try this out on your own time at home. Create your own music, express those thoughts and feelings through this really fun musical way, and let me know if you guys do make a song. I would love to hear them if you want to share. So thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial, and have a great rest of your day. And see you in the next video. Bye!